Hello adventurer. My name is Jugs of Light. I am a protection paladin that is playing World of Warcraft hardcore mode. Paladin had mentioned testing a spirit-based build, but not having time to do so. I decided to test the build. Stay tuned to the end, because this build is wildly good. This build is not for healing. This build is not good for burst healing, situations where you need to spam Holy Light more than 3 times in a row. What this build does do is produce so much mana, you can cast abilities or heal within 9 seconds of any previous action. With that caveat out of the way, let's begin. Part 1, Race. The preferred race for this paladin build is human. You gain access to the human spirit buff and sword specialization. These two passives have synergy to an absurd level with this build. Part 2, Gear. This build uses mostly green stamina and spirit gear. These stats fall under the whale affix. Not all green items of the same level are of the same utility. Some base items have more armor than others and some have more stats than others. Be very aware of the max possible armor for that item slot for your level, the max possible stats that can roll on the affix at that given level, and the cost of that item. Your character has approximately 13 item slots. If each item is missing one stat, that is a lack of 13 stats. That's as much, if not more than, a level 45 buff. Be sure to visit wowhead.com and check for the greens with the most possible armor for your level. This will set you on the right path. For weapons, get the fastest one hand possible. At level 33, get a knightly long sword. The 1.5 weapon swing timer is amazingly powerful for this build. Part 3, Spirit. Spirit increases your health and mana regenerate. Regeneration ticks occur once every 2 seconds. Health will not regenerate while in combat. When out of combat, sit down. This will increase the amount of health you regenerate from Spirit by up to 50%. Mana regeneration works differently. If you have not cast a spell within 5 seconds, mana regeneration will begin. How can this be leveraged in combat? Heal, Judgment, Seal. This will allow you to get 3 skills off at the same time and only stop mana regeneration for 5 seconds. If you cast Holy Light within 0.5 seconds of the next tick, you will get 2 ticks of mana while casting Holy Light. This effectively makes the 5-second rule only interrupt mana regeneration for 3 seconds. Try to avoid performing a skill that is instant cast and then healing. An instant cast will delay your next action by 1.5 seconds. Holy Light takes 2.5 seconds to cast. Then you have to add the 5-second rule. This totals 9 seconds of interruption. By casting Holy Light within 0.5 seconds of your next mana tick, then casting Judgment and Seal. You can change your regeneration time from approximately 60% of the fight to 90% of the fight. A protection paladin will very rarely need to drink, even in dungeons using max rank consecration. Many healers will not realize until the end of the dungeon that you didn't sit to drink one time. Once they realize this, they are typically mind blown. It is rare enough to find a protection paladin that can take hits, and even more rare to see a paladin to 3 to 4 pulls in a row. It is astonishing to see a paladin run an entire instance without needing to stop. Be sure to visit curse.com and download the 5-second rule add-on. This will allow you to pull off the extra tick of mana trick when casting Holy Light. Oh, I almost forgot, when casting consecration back to back, do not spam the button, but instead, hold for 1 second after the consecration ends to cast another. By holding for 1 additional second, you get an extra mana tick. Part 3, Talents. Start by picking up Divine Intellect, Spiritual Focus, and Consecration. Then go into Protection and pick up Improved Devotion Aura, Toughness, Precision, then go back for Redoubt, get Guardian's Favor and finally Blessing of Sanctuary. Precision is a massive increase in mana regeneration as your chance to miss with your one-handed weapon changes from 27.4% to 24.4%. If you are a human, you get Sword Skill, which reduces your chance to miss to 21%. This is effectively 28.5% more white hits, increasing our mana regeneration from Judgment of Wisdom and Seal of Wisdom by about a third. Part 4, DPS Calculations. 7 strength is equal to 1 damage per second. Rank 1 Consecration without spell power deals 8 damage. Rank 2 Consecration deals 15 damage per second. Rank 3 Consecration deals 24 damage per second. This means that rank 1 Consecration on a single enemy is equivalent to 56 strength, rank 2 105 strength, and rank 3 168 strength. Retribution Aura rank 3 will deal 12 holy damage each time an enemy attacks you. While in the open world, use Retribution Aura when fighting 1 or 2 enemies. If you're taking too much damage, switch back to Devotion Aura. Changing your aura does not trigger the 5-second rule. Mana will continue to regenerate when changing auras. Part 5, Total Stat Equivalence. My Paladin has 203 stamina, 196 spirit, and 78 strength, at level 43. The ability to keep Consecration up nearly 100% of the fight means that she effectively has 246 strength when fighting a single enemy. The time to kill is approximately 20 seconds. Part 6, Savings and Additional Tricks. The insane mana regeneration rate means we do not need water. This adds up to an absurd amount of gold over the leveling experience. If you want to try your hand at AoE farming, purchase a regular mount as soon as possible. Even though we receive a free mount at level 40, it costs 100 mana, and therefore is a spell. This triggers the 5-second rule when farming. Summoning the Charger mount will cost us approximately 300 mana per use. Part 7, Credit. Thank you to Paladin for mentioning this possible build in passing. His channel will be linked in the description. It was a pleasure to test this out, and it is an absolute beast mode protection Paladin. Thank you all for watching and have a great day. Be safe.